coalition of Southeast youth leaders, the umbrella body of all the youth organizations in the Southeast geopolitical zone, will mobilize one march of its members to lawfully occupy the streets and roads to demand for the immediate arrest and prosecution of the former governor of Imo State, Okorocha'S Okorocha, for criminally converting the Eastern Palm University, Ogboko, which was solely built with the state funds, to his personal property. This kind of fraud is too alarming to be swept under the carpet. Okorocha took the good people of Imo State for granted by converting the people's patrimony to his private property, and he must be punished for such acts of corruption. We call on Governor Hope Uzodinma to immediately expedite action on this matter so that the law can take its full course. The Eastern Pan University, EPU, is just a tip of the iceberg of massive corruption perpetrated by Okorocha during his tenure as governor from 2011 and 2020 to 2019. Okorocha's time to account for his stewardship to the people is now. We urge the state government to beam its searchlight on the so-called Ministry of Enjoyment and Entertainment, other parastatals and agencies which he used to siphon the state resources for his personal use. The law is no respecter of persons, and Okorocha must face the music of his gross abuse of office then when he held sway as governor. We call on all our youth, men and women, to come out in mass for a protest on Wednesday 24th March 2021 in Owerri to demand for the immediate prosecution of Okorocha'S Okorocha over the unlawful conversion of Eastern Palm University, EPU, to his private property, and for his gross abuse of office and massive corruption perpetrated during his tenure. We commend Governor Hope Uzodinma for his zero tolerance for corruption, and we urge him never to relent in his determination to ensure that Imo State is on the path of development and progress. We therefore urge all and sundry to support and rally round Governor Hope Uzodinma as he takes the state to greater heights. Signed by Honorable Goodluck Ibem, President General. Comrade Canis Igwe, Secretary General. Okay? It's becoming interesting. Very, very interesting. It's becoming interesting. Hope Uzodinma having zero tolerance for corruption. I think if really Okorocha'S Okorocha, if really is if he has a conscience, and I really believe he will have. You know why I'm saying this is that maybe now Okorocha'S Okorocha will not be regretting that. Why did he even take up this governorship position or whatever for him to become the governor? That he would have jelly, because people have been talking about that he's a philanthropist, is this and that. You know, most of them do boast of being rich, being wealthy, even before their parents or their mother conceived them in their wombs. Even before the creation of the world, they have been billionaires. That is what they always talk about. People always come out and tell us that Okorocha this, Okorocha that. And also, since he left office, Okorocha has never enjoyed peace. That's what I'm saying. Maybe if he has conscience, he will be regretting that. Why did he even take up this job in the first place? Because the humiliation is just something else. Even before he got his senatorial appointment, that's the way I can best put it for the now. It was a tug of war between himself and Oshomole. What Oshomole did to him, he was just crying up and down. Oshomole wanted to take what belonged to him, and back and forth story like that. But as soon as Emeka Ihedioha came on board, since that very day, he began to trouble or expose him. A lot of things. He never had rest up till now. After Emeka Ihedioha, this man came. You could say that because maybe they are not in the same party. He's not in the same party with Emeka Ihedioha. Oh, maybe it was Win Johnson. Of course, a lot of people didn't. A lot of Imolites, they don't even like Okorocha'S Okorocha. After Ihedioha, we have Uzodinma, who happens to be in the same party. that one would have thought that, okay, paddy, they will have to cover themselves, but reverse is the case. I don't know what they are all dragging. They are all dragging for power. Give them power, they cannot do anything. I don't know how they have changed the lives of the people for the better. All of them, from A to Z. It is the same story. They'll be telling you billions, this billion, that. All of them together. And say the man who is even fighting corruption. And people are still on his neck. People have not even accepted. Majority of the people have not still accepted his position as the governor, because they still believe that he came through corruption. So that's why I'm like, zero tolerance. Of course, if you want to look at it, you will say, oh, this one that these people are now praising Uzodinma. You know that something is really wrong somewhere. All of them, they don't want, no one is clean, and among all of them, nobody. You can't say, oh, Rochas Okorocha, he has done this. Rochas Okorocha, Emeka Yediwa. Okay, let us not even bring Emeka Yediwa, because he didn't even spend. He didn't even spend much. Nobody's even talking about that. But between Okorocha and Uzodinma, of course, as the two of them, how they came on board. So that is how it is. Of course, nobody's going to be sitting here and telling us that Okorocha really did well, because there was, he really abused some things. I think in his first tenure, maybe he tried, but his second tenure, we began to see Ministry of Happiness, Ministry of whatever. So all these politicians, they are something else. Honestly, they are something else. No one you can say, oh yes, you want to really vouch for, because they are not even doing anything. They will still make noise, and at the end of the day, nothing will come out of it. If you are not in their good book, oh, sorry for you. If you are a politician and you are not in the good book of the government of the day, sorry for you. But if you are in their cartel, you have a good rapport with them, my goodness, irrespective of how obvious your offense could look like or could be, they will sweep it under the carpet, just like Oshomole said. Your sins will be forgiven. West misplaced priority march against hopeless Uzodinma and his Fulani soldiers for killing our brothers and sisters without any provocation. Your people you are your own. You people are your own. You want to be used. Is Uzodinma better than Okorocha? You can imagine. You people didn't protest when Uzodinma was imposed on you people in a broad daylight. Now you want to protest. To who? They are slave masters that hate you. Okorocha and Uzodinma are just clashing because of their personal selfish interests, not because of anything good for you people. Continue in your deceit. And that is it. What they are fighting for is because, like I said, if you are not in their good book, or as a politician, nothing for you. That is what you are going to be seeing. All this back and forth. You can imagine such a thing. A lot of things that are going on in this country that they are supposed to be talking and be fighting for. No, they won't do that. Of course, you should know that these people are for Uzodinma. Of course, he has his own followers, and they are the ones that are doing all of this. If you talk about people who are not either APC or PDP, you will know that what they are supposed to be fighting for is supposed to be different from all these things that they are talking about. And before you know it, they will still meet where they meet. Everything will be swept under the carpet. So what are we talking about? Well, lazy and jobless youth. The protests that should be on the street now should be against Uzodinma, the Fulani errand boy, who has started fulfilling one of his oaths to his masters by killing his own people. No Imolites died under Eastern Palm University, taken by Rochas Okorocha. It can still be taken back from him by successive governments. The Imo youth should face Uzodinma. No, these people who are telling you that these people, you should know that they are for Uzodinma. These people who are protesting, they are for him, and they said you should just join hands together with him to fight the corruption, because he has a zero tolerance for corruption. So what do you want to say? So guys, let's hear your opinion on this matter.